This life is a miracle. Not because of what you've achieved, not because of where you're going, but because you're breathing right now. Because your consciousness emerged from nothing. Because out of infinite possibilities, you exist. And most people spend their entire existence treating this miracle like it's ordinary. Stop for a moment, feel your pulse. That rhythm has been playing since before you took your first breath. Before you even knew what love was keeping you alive. Every single second. You think you're watching a video about motivation, but you're actually experiencing the most sophisticated miracle in the known universe. Your brain is processing these words faster than any computer ever built. Your consciousness is turning symbols into understanding. Right now, as this happens. Most people live their entire lives and never truly grasp this. They're looking for miracles in churches and books and other people, but the miracle is you. The miracle is this moment. You have the power to transform your entire reality with a single shift in perception. Not tomorrow, right now. But here's what happens to most people. They wake up and immediately start treating this miraculous existence like a burden. They complain about the very breath that's keeping them alive. They focus on what's missing instead of what's present. You do this too. Don't pretend you don't. You wake up in a body that healed itself while you slept. Cuts disappeared. Bruises faded. Your immune system fought battles you'll never know about. And won. Without you doing anything. Yet you wake up focusing on what hurts. What's wrong. What's missing. This is not just ungrateful, this is dangerous. Because when you train your mind to see problems instead of miracles, problems are all you'll ever see. Your perception creates your reality, not the other way around. When you see your life as ordinary, it becomes ordinary. When you see your challenges as burdens, they become heavier. When you see other people as obstacles, they become your enemies. When you see your circumstances as limitations, they become your prison. But when you see your life as the miracle it actually is, everything changes. Not because your circumstances change, but because you change. And when you change, your entire world changes with you. This isn't positive thinking. This is reality thinking. Look at your hand right now. Go ahead. Look at it. Those fingers have never existed before in the history of the universe. They will never exist again. The pattern of lines on your palm is yours alone. No one else who has ever lived has your fingerprints. No one who will ever live will have them either. You are literally one of a kind, a limited edition, the only you that will ever exist. And you spend your days worrying about what other people think of you. You waste your precious time trying to fit in, trying to hide the very uniqueness that makes you miraculous. This is madness. Beautiful human madness, but madness nonetheless. You were not born to blend in. You were born to stand out. Not because you're better than anyone else, but because you're different from everyone else. Your differences are not flaws to fix, they're gifts to share. But you've been taught to see your differences as problems. You've been conditioned to believe that being unique is dangerous. So you spend your energy trying to become someone else, someone safer, someone more acceptable. And in doing so, you rob the world of the only gift you have to give. You, the real you. You think you're protecting yourself, but you're actually destroying yourself. Slowly, quietly. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you lose a piece of yourself. Every time you pretend to be someone you're not, you forget who you really are. And the world becomes a little less magical. Because your magic is missing. You have something inside you that no one else has. A perspective that's yours alone. When you hide this, you're not just hurting yourself. You're hurting everyone who needs what you have to offer. But here's the beautiful truth. It's not too late. It's never too late. As long as you're breathing, you can choose differently. As long as your heart is beating, you can start over. As long as you're alive, the miracle continues. Right now, in this moment, you can decide to see your life differently. You can choose to recognize the extraordinary in what you've been calling ordinary. You can begin to treat yourself like the miracle you are. This doesn't mean pretending your problems don't exist. It means seeing your problems differently. Your challenges are not punishments. They're invitations. Invitations to grow, to discover who you really are, to find strength you didn't know you had. Every difficulty you've faced has made you stronger. Every heartbreak has made you more compassionate. Every failure has taught you something valuable. You know this is true. When you look back at the hardest times in your life, you can see how they changed you, how they prepared you for what came next. The problems you're facing right now are doing the same thing. They're not destroying you, they're developing you. They're liberating you from old patterns, old beliefs, old versions of yourself that no longer serve you. But you have to choose to see it this way. No one can do this for you. No one can force you to recognize the miracle of your existence. No one can make you appreciate the gift of this moment. This is your choice, your responsibility, your opportunity. You can continue sleepwalking through your miraculous life, complaining about what's wrong, waiting for something external to make you happy. Or you can wake up right now to the incredible reality of who you are. You can choose to see your breath as a gift instead of a given, your heartbeat as a rhythm of grace instead of just a biological function. You can choose to see other people as fellow miracles instead of competition. You can see their differences as interesting instead of wrong. You can choose to see your work as a way to contribute instead of just a way to survive. Your relationships as opportunities to love, your challenges as chances to grow. This shift in perception is available to you right now. Not after you fix everything, not when you achieve your goals, not when other people approve of you, right now. The miracle of your life is not dependent on your circumstances. It's not conditional on your success. It's not earned through your achievements. It simply is, because you are. You don't have to do anything to deserve this miracle. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to become someone else. You just have to recognize what's already true. You are a walking, breathing, thinking, feeling miracle. Every cell in your body is a universe of activity. Every choice you make ripples out into the world and changes everything. You matter. Not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Not because of what you achieve, but because you exist. Not because you're perfect, but because you're here. The fact that you can doubt this is part of the miracle. The fact that you can question your worth is evidence of your consciousness. The fact that you can feel pain is proof that you can feel joy. The fact that you can experience darkness is what makes light so beautiful. You are not broken. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You are not too much or not enough. You are exactly what this world needs, right now, as you are. But you have to choose to believe this. You have to decide to see yourself through the eyes of truth instead of the lens of judgment. You have to learn to treat yourself with the same kindness you would show a dear friend. This is not selfish, this is necessary, because you cannot give what you do not have. You cannot love others if you hate yourself. You cannot see the miracle in other people if you're blind to the miracle in yourself. When you recognize your own worth, you naturally recognize worth in others. When you appreciate your own uniqueness, you celebrate uniqueness wherever you find it. When you honor your own journey, you respect the journeys of everyone around you. This is how miracles multiply. This is how one awakened consciousness awakens others. This is how your personal transformation becomes a gift to the entire world. You think you're just one person, just one life among billions, just one small miracle in an infinite universe. But you're wrong. You're not just one anything. You're the one consciousness that can choose love over fear, the one heart that can choose compassion over judgment, the one life that can choose to see miracles instead of problems. And when you make this choice, you give everyone around you permission to make the same choice. When you live as the miracle you are, you remind others that they are miracles too. This is your power, this is your purpose, this is your opportunity. Not someday, today. Not when you're ready, now. Not when you're perfect, as you are. The world is waiting for you to wake up to who you really are. Not because it needs you to be different, but because it needs you to be yourself, fully, completely, unapologetically. Your authentic self is your gift to the world. Your genuine happiness is your contribution to the collective joy. Your personal peace is your offering to universal harmony. You don't have to save the world. You just have to save yourself from the illusion that you're ordinary, from the belief that you don't matter, from the fear that you're not enough. When you save yourself from these lies, you automatically become a light for others. When you choose to see the miracle of your existence, you help others see the miracle of theirs. This is not a burden. This is a privilege. This is not work. This is play. This is not serious. This is joyful, because recognizing miracles is the most natural thing in the world. You used to do it automatically. As a child, everything was magical. Every day was an adventure. Every moment was a discovery. You can have that back. Not the innocence of ignorance, but the wisdom of wonder. Not the naivety of youth, but the appreciation of experience. Not the blindness of childhood, but the clear sight of awakened consciousness. You can see your life as the adventure it is. You can treat each day as the gift it is. You can approach each moment as the opportunity it is. This life is a miracle. Your life is a miracle. You are a miracle, not because I say so, but because it's true. Whether you believe it or not, whether you see it or not, whether you feel it or not, the truth doesn't need your permission to be true. The sun doesn't need your approval to shine. The ocean doesn't need your understanding to be deep. And you don't need anyone's validation to be miraculous. You already are. Right now, as you are. Where you are. With all your imperfections and uncertainties and fears, the miracle includes all of it. Every part of you, every experience you've had, every choice you've made, every moment you've lived. This is the miracle. This entire messy, beautiful, complicated, simple, difficult, easy, painful, joyful, human experience of being you. Stop waiting for permission to see it. Stop looking for proof. Stop asking for signs. You are the sign, you are the proof, you are the permission. This life is a miracle, and it's yours. But let me tell you something else, something that might surprise you. The moment you truly accept this miracle, everything becomes effortless. Not easy, effortless. There's a difference. Easy suggests no challenges. Effortless means flowing with what is. When you align with the miraculous nature of existence, resistance disappears, fighting stops, struggling ends. Not because problems vanish, but because your relationship with problems transforms completely. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances. You start seeing yourself as a co-creator of experience. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what is this teaching me? You stop demanding that life conform to your expectations. You start dancing with whatever life brings. This is spiritual maturity. This is emotional intelligence. This is the difference between surviving and thriving. Most people spend their entire lives in survival mode, defending, protecting, avoiding, controlling. They treat life like a threat instead of a gift. They approach each day like a battle instead of an opportunity. You've done this too. You've lived in fear disguised as practicality. You've called your limitations realistic thinking. You've justified your small dreams as being responsible. But here's what fear really is. Fear is forgetting who you are. Fear is losing sight of the miracle. Fear is believing the illusion that you're separate from the source of all life. Fear is thinking you're alone in a hostile universe instead of knowing you're part of an intelligent, loving whole. When you remember your true nature, fear becomes impossible. Not because nothing threatens you, but because you realize there's nothing to protect. Your essential self cannot be damaged. Your core being cannot be destroyed. Your fundamental worth cannot be diminished. You are more than your body. You are more than your thoughts. You are more than your emotions. You are more than your circumstances. You are consciousness itself, temporarily experiencing life through a human form. This isn't philosophy. This is practical wisdom. When you operate from this understanding, everything changes. Your decisions come from love instead of fear. Your actions flow from wisdom instead of reaction. Your responses arise from peace instead of panic. You start making choices that serve your highest good instead of your immediate comfort. You begin creating from inspiration instead of desperation. You live from abundance instead of scarcity. This shift doesn't happen overnight. It's a practice, a daily choice, a moment-by-moment decision to see through the eyes of truth instead of the lens of illusion. Some days you'll forget. Some moments you'll slip back into old patterns. Some situations will trigger old fears. This is normal. This is human. This is part of the miracle too. Your imperfection doesn't disqualify you from experiencing the miraculous. Your struggles don't make you less worthy. Your mistakes don't reduce your value, they make you more compassionate, more understanding, more real. The goal isn't to become perfect. The goal is to become authentic, to show up as who you really are, not who you think you should be, to live from your truth, not from your fears, to choose love, even when it's scary, especially when it's scary, because love is the ultimate miracle. Not romantic love, though that's beautiful too, but the love that recognizes the divine in everything, the love that sees past appearances to essence, the love that connects you to all life. This love is your natural state. It's not something you have to create. It's something you have to remember. It's not something you earn. It's something you are. When you love yourself as the miracle you are, you naturally extend that love to others. When you see the sacred in your own life, you recognize it everywhere. When you honor your own journey, you respect all journeys. This is how individual awakening becomes collective transformation. This is how personal healing becomes planetary healing. This is how one life, lived consciously, touches countless other lives. You think your choices only affect you, but they don't. Every thought you think contributes to the collective consciousness. Every word you speak adds to the universal conversation. Every action you take sends ripples throughout the entire web of existence. When you choose fear, you add fear to the world. When you choose love, you add love to the world. When you choose to see problems, you strengthen the field of problems. When you choose to see miracles, you strengthen the field of miracles. This is your responsibility, not to other people, to life itself, to the miracle that you are part of, to the consciousness that you express, to the love that you embody. You came here with a purpose, not a job or a role or a position, a purpose. A unique way of being that only you can express. A particular quality of love that only you can share. A specific gift that only you can give. Your purpose isn't something you find outside yourself. It's something you uncover within yourself. It's not something you achieve. It's something you express. It's not something you do. It's something you are. When you align with your true purpose, life supports you. Opportunities appear. Resources manifest. People show up to help. Doors open that you didn't even know existed. This isn't magic. This is how life works when you work with life instead of against it. When you flow with the current instead of swimming upstream. When you trust the intelligence of the universe instead of relying only on your limited understanding. You don't have to figure everything out. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the next step. Trust the next breath. Choose love in the next moment. The miracle will take care of the rest. The same intelligence that grows trees from seeds will grow your dreams into reality. The same force that heals cuts without your conscious effort will heal your life as you align with your truth. This is faith. Not blind belief, but clear seeing. Seeing the evidence of intelligence everywhere, in the precise orbit of planets, in the perfect timing of seasons, in the intricate design of every living cell, in the fact that you exist at all. You are proof that miracles happen. You are evidence that the impossible is possible. You are living testimony to the creative power of consciousness. Stop waiting for someone else to tell you this. Stop looking for external validation. Stop seeking permission from others to believe in your own magnificence. You are the authority on your own life. You are the expert on your own experience. You are the one who gets to decide what your existence means. Choose miracle. Choose wonder. Choose appreciation, choose love. Choose to see your life as the extraordinary gift it is. This moment is all you have. This breath is all you're guaranteed. This choice is all you can control. Make it count. Make it matter. Make it miraculous. This life is a miracle. Your life is a miracle. You are a miracle. Right here, right now, always and forever. This is the truth. This is your truth. This is the only truth that matters. Live it, breathe it, be it. The world is waiting for your miracle to shine. And here's something most people never realize. Your pain is part of the miracle too. Your struggles are not obstacles to overcome. They're pathways to awakening. Your wounds are not flaws to hide. They're windows to wisdom. Every difficult experience you've endured has cracked you open, made space for light to enter, created capacity for compassion you never knew you had, taught you truth you could never learn in comfort. You think you need to heal from your past. But what if your past is exactly what prepared you for your purpose? What if every breakdown was actually a breakthrough in disguise? What if every ending was really a new beginning waiting to unfold? The broken places in you are where the light gets in. The cracks in your heart are where love flows out. The scars on your soul are evidence of your strength, not proof of your weakness. You've survived everything life has thrown at you so far, 100% success rate. Every challenge you thought would destroy you actually made you stronger. Every loss that felt like the end was actually a new chapter beginning. Look at where you are right now. You made it. Through all the darkness, through all the doubt, through all the days when you wanted to give up, you're still here, still breathing, still capable of love, still capable of growth, still capable of miracle. This is not luck. This is not accident. This is the indestructible nature of who you really are. You are tougher than your toughest day. You are stronger than your strongest fear. You are more resilient than you ever imagined. But resilience isn't about building walls. It's about staying open. It's about letting life move through you without being destroyed by it. It's about bending without breaking, yielding without surrendering, flowing without drowning. Water is the most powerful force on earth, not because it's hard, because it's soft. Not because it resists, because it yields. Not because it fights, because it flows. It shapes mountains by simply being itself, consistently, persistently, lovingly. You have the same power. The power of persistent love, the power of consistent truth, the power of flowing with what is while never losing sight of what could be. Most people think power means forcing, controlling, dominating. But real power is allowing, trusting, surrendering to the intelligence that's greater than your individual understanding. When you try to control everything, you control nothing. When you try to force outcomes, you create resistance. When you try to make things happen through willpower alone, you exhaust yourself fighting against the natural flow of life. But when you align with life's intelligence, everything becomes possible. When you cooperate with the universe instead of competing with it, miracles become normal. When you trust the process instead of demanding specific results, you open yourself to possibilities beyond your current imagination. This doesn't mean being passive, it means being purposeful. Acting from inspiration instead of desperation, moving from clarity instead of confusion, choosing from love instead of fear. You know the difference. You can feel it in your body. When you're forcing, everything feels heavy, tight, difficult. When you're flowing, everything feels light, open, effortless. Your body is your guidance system. Your emotions are your internal compass. Your intuition is your direct connection to universal wisdom. You have everything you need to navigate this miraculous life successfully. But you've been taught not to trust yourself, to doubt your instincts, to second-guess your inner knowing, to rely on external authorities instead of internal wisdom. This is one of the greatest tragedies of modern life. You've been disconnected from your own guidance system, cut off from your natural intelligence, separated from the very source of wisdom that brought you into existence. It's time to reconnect, to trust your inner voice again, to honor your authentic feelings, to follow your genuine inspiration, to live from your truth instead of other people's expectations. This isn't selfish, this is essential. Because when you honor your authentic self, you give others permission to do the same. When you trust your inner wisdom, you encourage others to trust theirs. When you live your truth, you make it safer for others to live theirs. You are not just healing yourself, you're healing generations. The patterns you break in your own life won't be passed on to those who come after you. The courage you show in being authentic gives others courage to be authentic too. Your personal healing is a gift to the collective. Your individual awakening contributes to universal consciousness. Your private victories become public inspiration for anyone ready to see. This is the ripple effect of miracle recognition. When one person remembers their true nature, it reminds others of theirs. When one life transforms, it creates possibility for all lives to transform. You think you're just one person making small changes in your own small life, but you're actually part of a global awakening, a collective remembering, a planetary shift from fear to love, from separation to connection, from scarcity to abundance. Every time you choose love over fear, you vote for the world you want to live in. Every time you see miracle instead of problem, you add light to collective consciousness. Every time you remember who you really are, you help others remember who they really are. This is your contribution. This is your service. This is your gift to life itself. Not what you do for a living, but how you choose to live. Not your profession, but your presence. Not your accomplishments, but your consciousness. The world doesn't need another person trying to be someone else. It needs you being completely, authentically, unapologetically yourself. The world doesn't need you to be perfect. It needs you to be real. The world doesn't need you to have all the answers. It needs you to ask better questions. Questions like, how can I love more deeply? How can I serve more fully? How can I give more freely? How can I live more authentically? How can I see more clearly? How can I appreciate more completely? These questions open doors, create possibilities, invite miracles, transform ordinary moments into extraordinary experiences, turn routine days into sacred adventures. Your life is a sacred adventure. Every day is a new chapter. Every moment is a fresh opportunity. Every breath is a gift you didn't earn but absolutely deserve. Stop postponing your happiness. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop delaying your dreams. The miracle is available right now. The transformation can begin this moment. The new life you're seeking is already seeking you. All you have to do is say yes. Yes to who you really are. Yes to what's truly possible. Yes to the miraculous nature of your existence. Yes to this life. Yes to this moment. Yes to this miracle that is you.